Okay, so hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Techie Scientist, and in this video, we're gonna check different networking speeds between different devices. That is the Raspberry Pi 400, the Pi Model 3B Plus, or the 3B Plus, or 3 Model B Plus, however you want to call it, and a MacBook Pro, and as well as a Windows laptop with a Gigabit Ethernet port. Note that when I test the MacBook Pro, I test it only via Wi-Fi 5 GHz, as it does not have an Ethernet port, much like pretty much every other MacBook in the recent days. The main reason I wanted to do this video was because recently I got a Gigabit router and I've been learning a lot about networking and the tool Iperf3, which is real nice, and we'll see how it works as well. And let's see which device bottlenecks the other and which is the best for Gigabit networking. I can already know the answer between these three, but then let's just get started now. Okay, so first up, my Dell Windows laptop with a Gigabit Ethernet port. I just downloaded the Iperf binaries from the iperf.fr website and I just unzipped it and put it into a directory which I later cd into. Right now, I'm just SSHing into my Pi 3B Plus to check if everything's alright. I'm just going to use NeoFetch to see if everything's alright, and as you can see, it's a Raspberry Pi 3 Model B Plus, and I'm just going to exit out of it now. So since in another instance of SSH, I already have the Iperf server running over there. I'm just going to use it as a client mode to enter the IP address of the Pi 3B Plus to check it. It's my bad, it should be a 0.133 of the IP address, so I just put it, and we have up to 330 megabits per second, which is kind of okay, but then it's not the gigabit. So what we really need to know here is the Pi 3B Plus has a USB 2 speeds controller, which also controls the Ethernet, and this is exactly why we're getting this slow speed even though we are connected to a gigabit router on each. Okay, so next up is my MacBook Pro with the 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection and not the Ethernet connection, as I don't have an Ethernet. It's running at macOS Catalina. I haven't upgraded to a Big Sur yet, but I will do it soon though. Just put it over there, grab another terminal window, use it to SSH into my Pi 400. And there we go, just NeoFetch over there. And I am overclocked to 2.3 GHz, as you can see there, so there are no bottlenecks CPU wise. And we just install Iperf3 over there. I've already installed it. I'll just show you the command how to do so. Sudo apt-get Iperf3, and to install Iperf on the Mac OS, whichever Mac OS you're using, it should be the same. It's brew install Iperf3, assuming you have brew installed. If not, you can just go Google it to see how to install brew, and you can see that Iperf is installed over there. So we'll just turn the Pi 400 into a server using the Iperf3 -s command, or -s. So I'm just going to use the MacBook Pro as a client, -c, and the IP address of the Pi 400. We should get really poor results as it's situated way farther from the router, and it's pretty fine. It's just a test. So we'll just fetch again and cut the screen recording. Okay, so here we are back again, and this time the Pi 400 is connected through Gigabit Ethernet and the MacBook Pro still through Wi-Fi, and we are still getting an impressive of 550 megabit, 40 megabits per second. That's pretty nice. But the real bottleneck here though is the MacBook Pro. We can't really blame it as it's little old, and through Wi-Fi we can't always expect about the 800 Mbps. As to show you, it's the 2015 version of the MacBook Pro, and we are back at the Windows PC. Okay, so here we are with Ethernet plugged in to both the laptop and the Pi 400, and should start in a few seconds. As you can see, I'm already inside the directory of the Iperf binary, which I have just unzipped. The screen recorder only records the CMD, so you can't see the wallpaper and the desktop. So as to check whether it's installed, just do iperf3.exe, and if you get this display, it's in. And to check it properly, iperf3, we can just address it like that, command as a client, and to the Pi 400, and we are getting about 950 megabits per second, which is really impressive. And finally we are about really close to the gigabit. We have lost approximately 50 megabits per second. That's real fine. Could be because I'm using a Cat 5 cable, whereas I should be using a Cat 6, that's fine. And it's just really impressive to see these speeds on a Pi, especially when I remember me personally remembering when the Pi's internet speeds were very bad, and now the Pi has come a real long way, and it's real nice to see that. And the Iperf3 is a real nice tool in order to diagnose different network speeds at different points inside your network and even outside, considering the fact that it's so easy to use and there's tons of documentation online which you can refer to just by googling it. And it's just a small test between the MacBook Pro and the Windows laptop. The Windows laptop as the server, and I'm just incoming as a client from the MacBook. And we're only getting 360 megabits per second because of the Wi-Fi connection, and it's a little away from the router. And but hey, who's gonna blame the MacBook Pro? It's just on Wi-Fi. If you guys enjoyed this video or learned something new, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm the Techie Scientist.